Yeah, I am back again. I am still your financial coach, still your brother, still your friend. You know, my name is The Bank. Yes, still on how to be rich. I said from the onset, if you listened, if you watched my former video, I said how to make money is not difficult. And I also told you that I will be expatiating on everything I said on that video. Yes, and I really touched on many parts, many things, but I did not expatiate on anything. Now, I have to let it be like that because um, I would be opening them to you one by one. If I decide to explain everything at once, you will not get everything. But I decided to break through the section of what I would or I want to be teaching you as time goes on. I am still your financial coach. I said you can call me the bank. Yes, I am the bank for making money. I am the bank that you have been putting your money. I am the bank with which you will keep saving money, and I am the bank with which you can grow. Yes, saving money in the bank, do you know it is a bad attitude? Someone's gonna say, why do you say saving money in the bank is a bad attitude? Yes, I said so. Saving money in the bank is not actually a way of getting rich. Some say, why do you say so? Yes, except if you are a lender. If you are a lender, saving money in the bank is only good for only you. I said only you, but not for someone who want to be rich. Hmm. Okay, number one, let's go back to the main topic. I will still expatiate on that. Now, remember, with everything I am teaching you, with everything I'm talking about, I will expatiate on everything. You understand? Now, what I just give to you in movie or in book writing, we call it, you know, uh, is just a procession, you know. So I'll be expatiating on everything I'm saying. Remember, I said saving money in the bank is not a way of getting rich, except if you are a money lender. Now, do you know that any money you save in the bank, you only make the bank get richer, and the bank also, we even borrow that money to you. And you saved in the bank only makes money from you saving in the bank. It does not make you rich, it only makes the bank rich. Yes, I said so. You only save money if you are a money lender or you have something to do with money urgently that you wouldn't like to keep with you at home. So, for that purpose, you save money in the bank. Saving money is not a good alternative for someone who wants to be rich. Okay, I will expatiate on that. But let's go back to where we are to how to be rich. Now, I am using this word how to be rich because the first and foremost thing you need to know is how to be rich. Then the second is how to be wealthy. These are the two major class of wealth. The two major classes of you having enough. Number one is to be rich. Number two is to be wealthy. Now, having money is different from being rich and being wealthy. Remember from the onset, I said how to be rich is not difficult. Number two, I said for you to be rich, you need to save. Now, number three, I said for you to be wealthy, you need that your money that you have saved to make money for you. And right now, I am saying that you don't need to save money to be rich. Yes, back on this topic, let me expatiate on something because before some of you will get worried. Okay, starting from where you are now. For you to be rich, you need to start from where you are now. I said where you are now. So, what are you doing right away? What are you doing right away? Do you have a skill? Okay, if you do not have a skill already, you are still starting from where you are now. Number one, how have you been feeding? How have you been taking care of yourself? From which source? Is your father sending you money? Your government sending you money? Or how are you taking care of yourself? You have to start from that place. So that is how I mean by start from where you are. Excuse me. So from where you are right now, you are just at the point of starting to make money. Number one, if you do not have any source at all, start from where you are now. Are you receiving some stipends to feed, to get to stay alive, to survive? I call feeding survival, to stay alive. So if that is where you are, then at least at the end of the day, you are getting $1, $2, $3, to feed. Yes, I want to tell you, start cutting your costs right now. So if you were feeding, for example, with um, for example, if I go on the Nigerian context, if you are feeding, if you are uh, getting 1,000 naira every day, and maybe you scheduled that same 1,000 naira for feeding every day. Now, from this moment, stop it. To start from where you are. Number one thing you need is sacrifice. Number one thing you need is sacrifice. You need to sacrifice for a greater goal. What is your greater goal? Number one thing to start from where you are is sacrifice. Now, when we say the word sacrifice, most people, especially in the third world or in Africa, when we say sacrifice, some people are thinking of rituals, you know, blood rituals. No, 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 no. I am not there. I am talking about to sacrifice some of your luxury, some of your dish time for a better time. That means if you've been feeding 3 times a day, reduce it to two. Now, when you reduce it to two, you need only what is called survivor. I went through a subject, and that subject was from one of my great late mentor. Now, somebody can be dead at the same time. He kept a bank of knowledge. He left some knowledge behind, and that person I am talking about is Mahatma Gandhi of India, late Mahatma Gandhi of India, the man who led the revolution of India into an independent country. That is whom I'm talking about, Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi said something. He said in his studies in England, his family was very poor, that he could not, when I mean he could not, his parents were not able to afford a beneficial life for him. And what did they do? As of that time, they were giving scholarship to Indian students to study in London, and he happened to gain this scholarship. But how to make life easy, how to live life, to sponsor, you know, things in UK, he was not able because of what? The family was not doing well. So when he went to his studies, when the family sold all the property to push him to London. He was in London, and the family could not send meaningful money to take care of his finances. So before leaving for London, he studied how to live on vegetables. That is a sacrifice. Remember, a man who has been eating meat, learning to feed on grasses alone is not easy. That is sacrifice. For you to be rich, you must do some rituals. And that ritual, which is this sacrifice I'm talking about, is to sacrifice some of your luxury. Yes, some of your dish time, sacrifice them for a greater goal. Now, if you didn't eat XX today, if you didn't go to beer parlor today, doesn't mean that you are not going to have a beautiful wine. You're not going to have beautiful wines in your fridge or in your bar you're going to build in your house in the nearest future. Yes, you are going to sacrifice some luxury now. Sacrifice some luxury now. Sacrifice, going to what is it called? Going to party. Some people love party. You love party a lot. That you do not know that your greater goal is to be rich. If you must be rich, party must not be part of your wealth, except if you are investing in parties, in clubs. That is only when partying becomes your part of you getting rich. Remember, that is also an investment. But if your investment is not in clubs, it's not in your partying places, that means partying is not for you either. Remember, what you're looking for is how you're going to be rich. So if you're going to be rich, number one, sacrifice your parties. Sacrifice your parties and sacrifice attending to too much parties. Now listen to me. There are parties I would never go. Instead of me going to those parties, I may decide to send you money if you are hosting those occasions. Because when I count number one, my presence there, number two, the cost of going to that place, number three, what is the benefit? Number four, you know, the impact of my presence there. When I calculate all these things, when I put them together and I see that it amounts to no gain, beloved, I'm not going there. Only what I'm going to do is I will send money for that occasion. That means your money you are sending to that occasion is more important than your presence in that occasion. Because if your presence is not an impact, when I mean impact, I mean direct impact. Like the proverb of Jesus, many are called but few are chosen. Yes, many people can be in an occasion, but what is your impact on that occasion? So you must sacrifice. That sacrifice, number one, boils back to the money that will take you there. Number two, to the money you're going to spend when you get there. Number three, the monies that you are going to spend on friends and all that are coming to there that are not going to yield money to you again. Those are the sacrifices. Now, this thing is taking us on a long tour because I'll be expatiating more on sacrifices for this first and second episode. Yes, you're going to do sacrifices, and I mean those sacrifices is you going on low budgets. You're going to cut your cost for a greater goal. The Bible said, "No one who puts his hand on the plow is fit to look back." Do you know what that means? Do you understand what that parable means? Remember that the plow is a machine. It is rotating on a speed. Have you been to a bakery before? I don't know how the bakery today looks like, but the bakery with which I saw my mother worked, that bakery, when you finish kneading your flours, when you finish kneading them, putting all the ingredients you're going to put, all the butter, the egg, the salt, the sugar, all the available things, all the necessary things you're going to put. When you finish putting those things on the floor, when you finish kneading them, you're going to pass it through that plow that Jesus is talking about. So when you put are in that process of putting them on the plow, you cannot look back. Immediately you look back, your finger, your hand will go with it. That is exactly how the ministry of being rich is. You don't look back. You don't look anything. It doesn't mean let them say you are stingy. My beloved, you are not stingy. You are sacrificing for a greater goal. If you must be rich, that is, this is how you must start. You must learn to cut costs. You must learn to cut costs if you must be rich. You must do it. Cut costs at all expense. Go on low budget. Low budget does not mean that you are poor. Yes, I say so. Do you know that poor people tend to look very rich? Watch poor people when they go to occasions and watch rich people when they go to occasions. Have you watched Stephen Jobs when he's going to occasions? Have you watched uh, uh, um, Mark Zuckerberg? Have you watched Bill Gates, Elon Musk? You must learn to study the life of these people. Rich people does not appear rich. They appear common. And the reason for appearing common is because people who want to tax you, they tax you based on your appearance. When you appear very big and voluminous, they will come for you. They want to tax you because, at the first place, you are showing that you have enough. You are living flamboyantly. So that is what attracts these sexes. So you must appear moderate. Appear as someone who is not flamboyant. Don't appear pompous. Yes, if the celebrities are doing that, they are doing that because they are celebrities. Those people make their money from their dressing. They fake it to be rich. But if you want to be rich, you don't need to fake it. In fact, you need to pretend to be poor if you want to be rich. That is number one, how to chase away people who want to pray from you. When you appear rich all the time, people must pray on you, whether you like it or not. Expenses will come. People from this corner and that corner will definitely come because you appear bogus. It is your bogus appearances that makes people come to you. You look fat. You look XX. Like a common Nigerian saying. I don't know if you've come to this. They say, if you know shit, it go mess. Do you know what that means? They are saying since you are fat, if you didn't pull, you are going to fat. So in their connotation, they are saying that at least something will come and let me tax him. He's fat, he's looking rich, so let me tax him. And have you come to the understanding of beggars in some part of the world, especially where I am? When you appear rich, they will cry before you, they weep before you, because your appearance has already told them you have. they will drag on you. Sometimes I keep asking, why is it that when I get to the junctions, beggars, they throng me, they come on me en masse. And I discover that it is because of my appearance. I appear so rich, so they come. Even going to shops, because majority of business people, they have no price tag. In Africa, in Nigeria to be precise, they do not use a price tag. So when you come, they levy a certain kind of amount on you. And then you start pricing. And if you are rich, when they look on your appearance and discover, this guy is not going to price, he's not going to price. So they put big paste on you. So your appearance makes you lose money based on the areas, places you are entering. You go into a big shop where there is no price tag and you lay hand on one, then they call big price for you. It is because of your appearance. Your appearance is flamboyant. So they are gauging you on that. So you must do sacrifices. These sacrifices are helping you on your appearance. Your sacrifices must also be part of your appearance. Don't appear too bogus if you want to be rich. Don't. Don't appear too wealthy if you want to be rich. Especially if you are going to business centers where price tag is not there. Don't appear flamboyant. If you are going to the mechanics, don't appear flamboyant, especially on Nigerian mechanics. Don't. Number two, don't drive lotteries. You know, some years back, I bought lottery. I bought car. I only ended up fueling the car and going for big places. You just end up wasting your money. So those are what we are going to be talking about on other cases. Please, I am still the bank. If you've watched this so far, I talked about how to be rich, and today I buttressed on the topic of sacrifices. I talked about sacrifices. I also used Mahatma Gandhi, late Mahatma Gandhi of India, for example, on how he lived a frugal life and became rich with wealth, and how he was able to acquire his degrees in London, how he was able to stay in South Africa. We are going to continue with those. But first of all, take note of these things I'm saying. I said sacrifice. Sacrifice your excesses. Let it become your ritual that you do not spend excesses, that you do not eat anyhow. Some people are very good with eating anyhow. They can eat 10 times a day. In fact, if ulcer is disturbing you, I think I also have the cure for your ulcer, because that was one of my problems. Yes. And when I countered it, I start maintaining my diet. So you must make a ritual of learning how to cut costs. If you must be rich without stains, if you must be rich and your riches are traceable to integrity, that means you are rich forever. I am still your host. At the same time, your coach, you call me the bank. You know, I am still your financial coach. I will be teaching on big, on wide ranges, on investment, how you make investment, and how you get your return as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching so far. Endeavor to be part of my next lectures on my next teachings on wealth. Thank you very much.